What is up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Varast, and today I want to step back and give a bit of introduction to Wynncraft for newer players. And the whole point of this video is to explain how to play the game, and it's going to be more of a guide into the basic mechanics of the game. Now, I'm not going to go into more complex stuff, such as how to build your kit, like what is more important, what is less important. I'm kind of just going to go into the basics of how playing the game works, okay, and kind of the things that you want to do in order to get started. So we're gonna go ahead and get right into it. But first, thank you guys so much for liking and subscribing. You guys have been killing it recently, and yeah, thank you guys so much. It really does actually mean a lot to me because I just do this for fun. So let's get right into it. First things first, when you first start in the game and you finish the tutorial, you will end up right here at this castle, the Ragni Castle, the first city in the game. What do you do? Right? What do you do? Where do you go? There's two things that I would kind of recommend, right? One is this quest book in your inventory. You have a quest book in your inventory, and this shows you the quests that you have available to you and what you're able to do in the world, right? So I open it. Yours will not necessarily look like this, but it will show you books, and it will show you, hey, talk to the cook or talk to whatever. And if you click on it, there will be a beacon in the sky that will show you where to go, and it will also tell you the coordinates on the bottom left. If you don't have the Wind Tools mod like I do, the Wind Tools mod will also ping it on your map as well as showing it on the top right. Otherwise, it will appear in your chat telling you, hey, go here, and you can also click on it and your compass will point to that location. So if you look at my compass in my inventory, I'm supposed to be going right into this building. If I walk, it will simply point to where it needs to go using the compass. So starting off, that is very important, knowing that the main way that you level up and you grow and you become a better character is by, one, exploring the world, killing mobs, and doing these quests, okay? Doing these quests is very important, because not only do they sometimes give you items, sometimes they unlock different quest lines, dungeons. They can unlock stuff for you, as well as give you stuff at the end of them, which they usually give you the largest amount of XP than most of anything else. Okay, so you have that. Okay, so you can complete quests using the quest book. What else is there? Well, your weapon, right? Your weapon and your tools is kind of the next most important thing. Is how do you get weapons and how do you fight with it, right? Like, how do you get the weapons? One, of course, is through quests. You can always get weapons through quests, but also when you're fighting mobs, like I am out here, just outside the castle, every now and again they will drop, it could be armor, it could be a weapon, or it could even be a separate accessory that you can wear on yourself. So if I fight enough of these, they will drop me something. Okay, so let me see if I can find one of these guys that will drop something for me. Come on. Okay, so now after fighting one, I did get an unidentified dagger. And now these come at different tiers. If it is a basic level one, it will not be in a box like this. It will just give you the weapon straight up. But if it has a rarity to it, like if it's unique, rare, legendary, it will have it will be in a box and you'll need to identify it first. What does that mean? Well, because these are higher tiers in rarity, it costs money to discover exactly what they are, right? Like in most video games. So if you find your way to an item identifier, they always have an Ender Eye logo around and usually associated with the color purple and pink. And so they exist in places on the map, such as here on the Emerald Trail, or even inside of Ragni as well. I think there is one there as well in most cities. So we will go to the item identifier and we'll give him the dagger. We will confirm and spend money, and it will identify it for us. And look at that, it does an average of 34 damage per second. And picking, hey, which one is better when picking my kit? Okay, for the early game, when you first start playing, really your biggest thing is just to worry about the average damage per second. Now, if you look on this 11, it says very fast attack speed, neutral damage 11 to 11, and then average DPS in a gray text underneath it says 34. So the average damage per second is 34. While this one, it has average damage per second 51. So obviously I'd rather use this one, especially in the early game. That's more useful. And same thing will happen with armor, where I would focus on just having more health for your armor, and then you'll learn over time, like, oh, I would rather have a little bit more mana than a little bit more health, and that comes with time. Okay, so you know how to, one, go to quests and then get weapons and identify them. Okay, cool. How do I level up and explore and whatnot? Okay, that's perfectly fine. And how do you check your own statistics and all that stuff? Like, let's go first into exploring, right? First of all, if you use the Wintles mod, you are able to see the entire map, your character location. You're able to put waypoints, and then you're able to follow those waypoints to where they are. So that is cool if you get the Wintles mod. However, if you don't, you can obviously go to Wynncraft's own website, where they have a live map where you can check out the whole map. If you want to explore all on your own, then don't look at the map. Just explore the world. Go wherever you want. The mobs will slowly increase in level in any direction that you go, and you will slowly learn more and more and more. I promise you, it's a lot more fun that way, because you don't necessarily know where everything is. Just complete the quests. The quests can be a bit confusing, but if you're just confused, hey, just do a quest that looks fun. Go to a place that looks cool and just level up by fighting mobs and stuff. Honestly, that's some of the most fun that I ever had, was just exploring the map and seeing what there really is around. So that is what I recommend. Okay, now what are these soul points here in my inventory? The final slot in my inventory is these soul points. Now, if you notice, I have 11. You can have up to 15, and you will earn your ability to have more as you level up. I think you start off with like 10 or 8 or something. So what soul points are is, whenever you die, you will lose 2 soul points. And that will continue happening. And the more you die, the more that, as it says here, having less soul points increases the chance of dropping items upon death. Because I have a lot of soul points, 36% of all the materials in my inventory will be dropped. Luckily for me, I only have 6, and I really don't carry this stuff, so I won't really lose anything when I die. However, if I had, like, say 2 soul points, I will lose the majority of my armor and stuff as well. And how do you get soul points? Every single Wynncraft day, so every 20 minutes, you get another one. You get another soul point. So you slowly regen them back up, and this also works when you're offline, so that's super, super cool. That is how you live with your soul points. Now your character info. Now this can get confusing, because as you level up, it'll tell you, hey, you've earned skill points and you've earned ability points. These are 2 different things. As you level up, because of course you don't just want to fight mobs with your main attack and just smack everything. You want to use abilities. You want to use different elemental damage. You will slowly rack up skill points and ability points. Now, with skill points, you can always reset these if you shift click on this, and this is them right here. You have 5 skill point types. You have strength, which increases your damage and your earth damage, dexterity, which increases your critical damage and your thunder damage, intelligence, which increases your water damage and it reduces your spell costs. You have defense, which increases your defense and increases the fire damage you may take, and then agility, which increases dodging attacks, and then air percent, and then your air damage increases as well. So why is this important at all, really? Well, one, it helps you just, gives you more mana, or it gives you more critical damage, so that's cool. But also the secondary helping thing here is that if you look at my weapon, it does earth damage, right? It does 0 to 8 earth damage, and so I would get more earth skill points here, because if I increase the amount of earth damage I may inflict, it will make this weapon much better, right? So you want to focus on like, hey, I'm just gonna increase my strength here because I have more earth damage. While if I was using something like this, which has water damage, I'd probably increase more mana, as opposed to earth. So yeah, that is how that works. And now the ability tree. The ability tree is probably the most complicated. You can go up and down on the tree here by scrolling up and down or by pressing these pages. And there are 3 archetypes of every class, right? If you're playing the assassin, there's the shade stepper, the trickster, and the acrobat. Now this is how you unlock augmentations to your abilities and your abilities. So these 4 green things, the spin attack is your main ability, and then the dash, the smoke bomb, and the multi-hit. So those are the 3 main abilities for my class, but I can also augment it. Like for example here, double spin. Spin attack will activate twice with a larger area of effect on the second hit. So double spin, right? It augmented my spin attack. And as you go down, you can slowly get new things like, look, dash will hide you in shadows. You cannot heal or gain mana, and so it's like it gives you new abilities, right? It's the same 4 abilities, but you earn more augmentations to that thing. Now your ability tree will grow a lot slower as you progress through the game, but your skills, you can always switch around and mess around with them based on whatever it is that you're wearing at the time. So that is kind of how that stuff works. And then finally, before we leave the video off, is the character info. Is the actual character info. If you hover over combat information, it will tell you how much health you have, how much damage you do, so you can always check how you do with these weapons. You can look at your own info, see how much you heal, how much damage you do. There's a lot of information around here, but if you're brand new to the game, that you don't need to worry yourself too much about that. Mostly do quests, and every time you level up, check to see if you have any skill points to upgrade or if you can upgrade your ability tree. Otherwise, explore, do quests, do what makes you have fun, and that's ultimately all that there really is to the game of Wynncraft. And then as you play more, you will learn more. There's a lot more cool stuff about this game. There's a lot to explore and discover. But yes, that is where to definitely begin. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Make sure to like and subscribe. Bye!